everybody, and welcome to Lorcanarama. And I'm going to get the right screen up in just a second there. There we go. All righty. Sabrina, we made it. You there?
We made it. It was rough there.
Good gracious. All right. Okay. Well, you're half on the screen. Hold on. I got to adjust the screen real quick.
That I restarted.
Yeah.
I restarted 2 minutes till showtime. We're doing good. Good.
All right. There we go. Hey, 35 episodes in, and I was able to adjust on the fly. So we're good. It took us a while, but we got it. So progress, right? So welcome everybody to Lorcanarama. It's episode 35. We're going to talk about things from a different point of view tonight. Different things have happened. Some things have happened this week. Some things are coming up, and we have a special guest tonight, and we'll introduce you to her in a moment. But one thing we wanted to talk about, and we titled tonight's episode, or I did anyways, A View from Another Side. Because as I was talking with our guest, Sabrina, prior to the show starting tonight, I think Lorcana has finally arrived after the CCS event this weekend. Because to me, there was one thing missing in Lorcana, and that was the one archetype that nobody could really crack. I mean, some people came close, but that's the combo.
They tried. There were efforts made.
Right. So we finally got a combo deck, a true combo deck, take down a top slot in a major tournament. Now, we've had some that have tried, and you could even say that the Prince Philip deck might be a combo deck, although that's not your primary win condition.
That combo doesn't win it. So to me, that's not a combo deck.
Right. And back when items were popular with Ruby Sapphire, back in that, we came close there. You know, that was a whole deck archetype in a way built around items, though, that didn't win with traditional aggro. So we called that combo for lack of any other term to give to it. But this weekend, and we had Zan Syed win CCS with a combo deck, which we're going to look at in just a moment. And so I'm going to bring on our guest and introduce you to her, because she is going to join us in talking about this deck. So welcome to Kylie Arnold, TFM Kylie, otherwise known as wife of Golden Mickey winner. So
hi, Fred.
That's a shout out back to somebody else who's on the show. So welcome to the show, Kylie. We finally got you on here. I'm sorry it took this long.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have you on. We met back in, hold on, I get the events mixed up, not the cities. Fort Worth, right? That's where you were? Were you in Fort Worth?
The PPG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You met at PPG? You didn't meet last year?
No.
During the DLCs?
No, we did not. I think you were in Toronto,
right?
I was. That was the only DLC I went to in season 1 was Toronto.
Yeah, I spoke briefly with Dan in Toronto for like 5 seconds, and you were sitting by him, and I was so busy. That was my first event as a judge, and I was just like, I was in awe that I was actually there judging and was making sure I did everything right. And I was like, I don't want to be seen talking to any players, you know, it's, you know. So yeah, but other than that, no, we finally met at Fort Worth. So, Yep.
That's so funny. Yeah, I thought you guys met last season.
Negative.
Wow.
So, nope. No, I got to take a picture of her and Dan, which was kind of cool. It was a good picture. They looked sharp. They both looked sharp that day. So,
well, thank you.
Yeah. I told Dan when I took it, sent it to him, I go, you're going to want to keep this one. so anyways.
Yeah, we clean up pretty well.
Yeah, right. Well, one of you do.
It's him, not me.
I'm not saying anything beyond that. You can infer whatever you want. So tonight, what we would do, let's talk about Zan's deck real quick. I'm gonna see if I could pull this up, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna talk about Kylie a little bit. Okay, so on the screen, I have Zan's deck. This is from inkdecks.com for anybody who's interested in it. You can go in there. The event's in there. Charlie CCS collect, but it was a nationals event qualifier. So you know, Zan punched his ticket to nationals. So that's cool. So anyways, first of all, the color combination would catch you off guard because it has not really been in the conversation for meta decks so far. Yeah, well, actually, in a while, there was a time when the aggro version of this color combination was a thing. But if you're unfamiliar,
hyper aggro version.
What's that?
It ran all the it was hyper aggro. It ran all the 1-drop quest for 2s, and would have a disgusting amount on the lore on the board really early. Yeah, there was someone in my circle that was always playing that, so I was I was used to the 16 lore on turn 4.
I think it's neat too to watch color combinations kind of evolve, and I don't think this ever left the hyper aggro mold. It just, Zan built the deck around the combo here. He's not really running a hyper aggro deck here, right? It's built around the combo. Right. And for those who are unfamiliar with the combo, let's just talk about it real quick. I'm going to get to the combo, and then we'll talk about the pieces of the deck to go in there. So essentially, the deck revolves around having Monstro on the board, being able to put down the Great Illuminary, moving Monstro over to it. And then when you do that, you can exert Monstro to draw a card. Then you can take that card and discard it to ready Monstro. So you can see that you can do that over and over again. So the question is, what do you do with that newfound power, right? That's kind of a broken ability, right? So you look at a card like We Know the Way, and let me see if I can click on that so everybody can see what that does if you don't know that card yet. So We Know the Way is a song, that's important, that says basically you can shuffle I'll just read it. Shuffle chosen card from your discard into your deck, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is the same name as the chosen card, you can play that card for free. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what you do with the next part of it, you put it in your hand, because the way the deck works is you essentially get a We Know the Way in your hand, and you play it, and you use Monstro to filter through your entire deck. And then you use We Know the Way to put another We Know the Way in the deck. Now, there's only one card in the deck, so you'll get to play it for free. You play it on the We Know the Way you just played, and you play the We Know the Way you just played on the one you just played, and you just keep doing it over and over again, right? Because you get to play it for free. And so if you can, now you got another part. Can I take advantage of this? Well, that's where Alan of Dale comes into play. Alan of Dale says whenever you play a song, you gain 1 lore. And then you also have, I don't know if he put Donald in here. Did he put Donald? Yeah, he put 1 Donald in here. Donald says, for each item, Donald lets you go, and he's another part of the combo with Monstro. Sorry, couldn't remember the card's name. That's my age catching up to me. Also a long day at work. So anyways, the point being is you only have 1 Alan of Dale in here. You're not worried about finding it, because when you're going through your whole deck with Monstro, you're going to find it, right? So you just need another card.
That was my first thought when I looked at this deck. Yeah. Why do you only run 1 piece of the combo? And then I was like, oh, because the whole point is that I'm looking through my entire deck.
Yeah, exactly. You need 1 other card in your hand. That's the part, because you don't want to draw Alan and then not have a card to discard for it, right? So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. So all the rest of the deck is built around essentially, the way I saw it is essentially to hold down the fort until you get the combo, right? You put up a fight. If you don't get the combo, it can still win, in the right circumstances, because it's Amethyst. Amethyst can win at anything in this meta. So, but anyways, somebody named TFN Dan said that's his wife.
I don't know a TFM Dan.
Yeah, let's say we're ignoring him.
She only knows a Golden Mickey winner.
I know. Yeah, I only know Golden Mickey winner. Yeah, that's my husband.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know this TFM Dan you speak of.
He's a poser. All right. Yeah. So anyways, like I said, we up until this point, we had not had a true combo deck win a major event in Lorcana, and so now we have. And so, is this the end all be all? No. Some people will think the sky is falling now, since we have combos that are winning because they're frustrating. Combos are frustrating because a lot of, if done right, it's hard to interact with them. And it's almost like they're playing around you. In this case, Monstro's on the board for a turn before you can do anything. So you get one shot at it, right? To take it out. So anyways, so I'll throw it over to you all.
He's a big boy to try to take out, though.
Yeah. Hades can do it, that's what I thought. It's like, what's being played to do it, right? What's that?
It's not impossible.
No, it's not.
It's just hard.
Yeah, and you can play Pete. Pete will stall you a turn.
Pete, yeah.
It's highly unlikely. I mean, we know the way is a song, and if they don't have multiple copies in their hand, then Mowgli and Ursula. So it's not impossible to disrupt it if you're prepared for it. But if you're not, which it seems a lot of people were not this weekend, for a while, then they just didn't have answers. It was like, I could be as prepared as I want, but if I don't have answers in my deck, I can't deal with it. So I'll throw it over to you all. And, I know when you probably saw it, Sabrina, you already mentioned it. You were like, what is this pile? So.
Yeah, that was my first thought was, what is this pile?
Would you ever play a combo deck like this?
No, not this deck. None of the Monstro decks specifically have been intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I play a combo deck in the game that shall not be named. And it's fine. It has other win cons, but one of the big win cons is a combo. But this combo is just not for me, I think.
Okay. Fair enough. How about you, Kylie? Is this your play style?
I'm more of an aggro player.
Okay.
But I want to try new things and I want to learn more about the game. So I would definitely, it looks fun. Zan made it look fun. So I would definitely take a crack at it.
Yep.
I think that's part of it is like Zan piloting a deck makes, I think, a lot of decks look fun. Zan's a very good player. And I think that's, as somebody who's going to Orlando this weekend, I'm very interested to see how many people try to pull this off and what that looks like, because I don't think that most people play the caliber that Zan does.
And let me say this about this. This combo is not going to hit until you have 8 ink on the board, unless you circle a life, the Monstro into play, right? So, you still have to play 7 to 8 turns of Lorcana and survive, now you don't necessarily, the great thing is if you're like, okay, my out is to play to this combo, at that point, you don't care about your own lore gain. You're just running for the combo, and that's sometimes what makes combo decks kind of, I would say, neat to pilot, because you can switch away from a certain play style into another if you build it right. It doesn't mean you're always going to be successful, but you usually have options. So mention in the chat that Emerald and Sapphire has options against it. Also, Amethyst can set up reasonable boards to then exert the Monstro to banish it as well. Not impossible, but certainly a good meta call for the weekend. Yeah, great meta call. We had Steven, who was on our show a couple of weeks ago, was there. He actually played Zan. I think at the time they both had 1 loss. I think 5 wins and 1 loss. And he lost to Zan 2-1. Zan beat him in a top deck in the first game. He had him beat, but from my understanding, what Steven said, and Zan top deck I think it was the location to pull it off. So, or one of the pieces. It wasn't Monstro. He already had Monstro on, but
that's anyways, the game though, right? Like top deck wins.
Yeah, that's it, right? As soon as you get that last piece, once Monstro's on the board and that piece is in place, it's done. So, I mean, you need what? 2 ink to play the location, 1 ink to move him. That's 3. If you don't have Alan on the board, that's another 4. And then, you need some way to play We Know the Way, which, I mean, I imagine you could do that somehow with something on the board. I don't know, but it sings. So there you go. Combos are here. I don't know if they'll be here to stay, but they're here. So the thing about a game when it's young is I think they've done a great job with design, not putting in these unintentional combos that just that they had to ban cards for. So,
agreed.
Bucky aside, it wasn't a combo. Bucky was just a nightmare. I love Bucky. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk mean about him. Yeah.
I like Bucky too.
I love that deck.
I often get mad that they chose Bucky to put that ability on, because now I can't play with that Bucky, which was one of the best pieces of artwork in the game, outside my favorite, which is Ring the Bell to me. Anyways, personally, I just love that artwork. And now the card's not even playable anymore. And it's just like, why did
they made him so unplayable? Like, I don't know why they nerfed him so hard.
I don't know. I feel like they were like, we're going to make an example of him. Why? You don't need to make an example of him. It's your fault, not his. You made him. So, anyways, okay. So Kylie. So let's talk about Kylie Arnold now. So we've got the obligatories out of the way now. We talked about CCQ for the weekend. By the way, congratulations to Zan. I didn't say that already. Great job. And I'm pretty excited now. Like I said, we now have combo archetype on the table. So may there be many more to come. And no counter spells. So
right. We're in the big leagues now. We have all the archetypes. We're competing.
Yeah, that's it. So the game's arrived. We're done. The devs can quit. They made it. So no, don't.
Don't say that. That's how we get Bucky 2.0.
Yeah, right. So speaking of devs,
doing what you're doing, devs.
So what I'm gonna throw out to you now, since we're talking about devs, is what do you guys think of Whispers?
I love it.
That's it. I love it.
I like it. I like the new boost mechanic. This past weekend we went to a win a case event in Marlton, New Jersey, and I was running Amethyst Steel, and I have the new Cheshire Cat in the deck.
That card's so good.
Love that card.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss to the new Cheshire Cat. Yeah, the new boost mechanic is pretty neat, especially with him.
Yeah, you know what? I won't say I slept on him, because I was like, oh, he could be good. But I really underestimated, like, he doesn't even need to do anything other than sit there. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I underestimated that part of it. Just the threat of him doing that, it makes people slow down. It's like, I don't know if I want to turn something sideways now. So
yeah, when we were at PAX and Jake and I did the 2v2, I had a Cheshire Cat on the board, and you could hear our opponents they were so unsure of what to do in anything involving exerting their characters, because they were like, well, if we leave damage out, she's just going to move it. If we leave a character susceptible to damage, she's just going to place damage and then move it. It made them really reconsider every action they took, which in and of itself is an advantage. Like, making you pause that much before you do anything and causing that much uncertainty is a good thing.
Yeah.
I will say it is a lot better when you read it correctly, because at first I thought you had to pay and put a card from your hand under it. And I was like, you're gonna run out of cards so fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad it's not just me.
But I've been told by my husband that card players don't read the cards.
Yeah, no, they don't. Well, Toby always tells me to read all the words.
I had to break myself of that as a judge, because, like, I know most cards, right? Most cards that are showing up in the tournaments anyways. But as a judge, you cannot assume the exact reading of a card, because you can mess something up, And so I have to always stop and force myself, okay, just do a sanity check, Kelsey, read the card, And sometimes I don't know if players realize the judge doesn't even know what a card does. No, the judge is taking his time and getting his bearings about him, because he's been thinking about something else other than your game up until that point, And so, that's...
Well, and the specific wording can affect a call for you so much.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, a lot of times, there's a couple times that I've questioned, is this ability a May? I need to double check this again. and then you'll have players tell you what the card does before you look down at it. And that's when I definitely read the card, because that's smoke and mirrors right there. That is smoke and mirrors.
You're like, I don't trust this.
No, the minute a player starts telling me what a card does, I've shut them out. So I'm like, okay, guy, that's enough of that. So, yeah. So
I would think it was weird if a judge came over and didn't pick up the card to read it, if I'm being honest.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Like, thinking about it, I would think it was weird if the judge didn't, like, read the card. Because every time I've ever called a judge, they come over, they, like, establish board state, read the cards, and then answer the question.
Yep. Yeah, we got a little mental checklist we go through. So, each judge is different, a little nuanced, but I can tell you that that's what I do. I go in, whoever called me, I will listen to them first. I don't let the other person interrupt them, and I'll let the other person talk, regurgitate it all for the board state, make sure I'm clear on everything. And then look at the cards that, I'll double check the cards that matter in this instance, and then go from there, but it's, each judge has their own way though. So, so
there's a process. Yeah. Makes sense.
You should be a judge. Be fun.
No. Moving on.
Okay, moving on. Next. That's good segue. Good segue there. This segment's over. So Kylie, so tonight, one of the things I wanted to talk with you about, most folks know TFM. Nobody knew Dan until he won the Golden Mickey. So now everybody knows who he is, despite all that content he was putting out. So he finally made it. I'm happy for him. It was great to see him.
Me too.
So that's what I want to talk about, right? So what's it like, I'm not gonna say what's it like, because that makes it sound like, there's no appreciation for it, but we know that when there's a team like you guys have with TFM, there are the folks that people see that are out front in the face of the team, but there's also a lot of stuff going on in the background, and you got a role on the team that you fulfill. You also are married to one of the prominent members of the team, one of the founders of the brand, actually. So it'd be nice to kind of hear from you, your perspective on Lorcana, your perspective on DLCs, and your perspective on these events, and and those types of things. So when you get to go play in Richmond, right? So
yes, I'll be in Richmond.
So what's it like for you when, I'm just going to say it, all right? And I'm sorry, I got to say this. When Dan gets to go play and you have to stay home, I know you're cheerleading him, right? But I know that I'm married myself. When my wife has a big moment, it kills me that I can't be there for her sometimes. And I know that's hard. So I throw that out there to you. So
not being there in Milwaukee, not only with my team, but with my husband making top 3, like, I was so mad that I was not there to celebrate with him. I was calling my mom. I was calling Melissa, Lizard Kitty, like what's happening? Because I was so anxious, not knowing exactly what was going on. Mm-hmm. Like, I had to find out from the team, and then I didn't even go to sleep. I was like, and I had work the next day. I was up until 1:30 because I was like, I'm watching this whole thing. Because what if I go to sleep and he won the whole thing and I missed it? And then I would have felt even worse because I wasn't there. But the amount of pride that I had for my husband that day, I can't even describe it. All his hard work and paid off. And I am just beyond proud of my husband for everything that he has accomplished.
So I'm going to say something, and I'm going to ask an honest question. Is he more bearable before or after winning it? because before,
oh my god,
look, so
poor Dan did not sign up to get roasted.
That is a hard question to
answer.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear it. He's just not on the show tonight, so I get to talk about him. So he can watch it if he wants.
I have been with my husband. We have been a couple for 20 years. We are high school sweethearts. We've been married for 11. My husband was, I love him to death, but he was more difficult after the Golden Mickey than he was before.
I figured he was. Okay, all right. I'll let him come on and answer that one day.
That only surprises me because I know how hard he took his performance in Bologna. Like I know that Bologna got to him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that time leading up to Milwaukee, I could see many people in that situation having been insufferable.
Yeah. And I'm not going to divulge.
Dan specifically.
I won't divulge any personal conversations or anything, but I know that to me, and I know Dan's listening to chat, I'll say this: Milwaukee happened at the right time. That's to me, that's what I see, and I was happy for him more for that than anything, Yeah. So I'll just leave that at that. But so for you, there's a lot of prep that goes into people going off. Like, so I try to talk my wife into playing games, card games, and it's just not for her. She's board game stuff. So, and, we do that. So, but she supports that I do this for my daughter because she likes to see my daughter and I playing together. Right. And I know that even though my wife is not as engaged with the game as like you are, that she helps me get my tickets. She helps me get all the stuff straight just for me to go. She creates room in the budget for me to pull it off. Nobody sees that when I get to go play, right? They just think, oh, Kelsey's just out having fun, but there's sacrifices made back home. So no doubt you're doing the same thing. And I think a lot of people don't see that. And that's tonight's a chance to kind of celebrate that, but give credit where credit is due for behind the scenes stuff. So for you, what are some of the things that like you do to kind of usher Dan along into all that? And then at the same time, get your own little foot in the door to go play and have some fun.
Well, I do have to give a shout out my mom, TFM Nana. She's watching. If I say, Mom, can you watch the kids for the weekend so I can go play in a DLC, or if there's a local tournament and I'm like, Mom, can you watch the kids for a couple hours so I can go? My mom always says yes. So a big shout out to my mom. She is part of the reason why I do get to go and play. But go for Nana. The most part, because of my job, I am unable to always go. Like Dan went to every North American DLC in season 1. Mm-hmm. I was only able to go to one. I went to Toronto.
You picked a good one to go to.
That was the best one.
I did, and it was also our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Oh man.
So we kind of made like an anniversary trip out of it as well. Yeah. Which was really fun. But I don't get to play as much as Dan does, and I've said this to him. I support him in everything that he does, and this is something that he's good at and he loves to do, and I would never say to him, no, you can't go because you have to help me watch the kids, or no, you can't go because I don't get to go. I am jealous because he's going to Orlando this weekend, and he's going to Disney World, and
what?
It's a sore subject.
I'm not going to walk in the middle of that one. Serena, stay out of it.
But I'm not
I know better.
Like, I'm not the type of wife, nor the type of person to tell somebody they can't do something that they're passionate about. And I tell Dan, like, even for local tournaments, if we don't have a babysitter and we're trying to get a babysitter, I'm like, yes, I should play the game and I do need to get the reps in, but I'd rather him go and show off what he can do and to be an ambassador for the team than me go and in his place. So whatever it is very rare that I get to go play, and that's when TFM Nana steps in. But I want him. His goal is to win a DLC. His goal is to make it to Worlds, and I'm. If that means I have to stay home and take care of the kids and do everything I need to do to get him there, then I'm gonna do that because I love my team. I want my team to do well, and sometimes if I feel like Dan needs to be there and be with the team to help not only himself but the rest of the team to build up that morale to do well in the tournament. If that makes sense. It made sense in my head.
Yeah, no.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's a good explanation. It's I will never take for granted having a spouse that allows me to pursue things that I like. What I am very careful of, and it's just on my end, and I'm not saying that anybody's doing anything wrong. I'm very mindful of. She would never tell me she's put out, but me, my personality, right? I'm like, I'm careful about it, it's great that you two really kind of have the same interest along those lines. So in a way, you pushing him along, you get to go along too and enjoy at times as well too, and that's for me, I'm hoping, my daughter is good enough to really enjoy a DLC, and that's my wife is supporting that too. So she'll get to go and enjoy that with us. And if I could get my wife even to go as an attendee one day, that'll be to me the victory of all victories. So,
yeah, we've this is actually Dan has played card games for as long as we've been together. And he's tried to teach me them. He is the world champion in Transformers TCG. Yep. That was like a foreign language. He never tried to teach me the game we do not speak of.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But he did try to teach me WoW before. Okay. That was a foreign language. So and I've always wanted like for us to have something that we can do together. And this was like two things that we both love. I'm a Disney adult and Dan is a card player. So mash the two and it's like the perfect thing that the two of us can do together.
So
that's like the same thing for me. I had kind of gotten into a couple other TCGs, but Lorcana being something that I really, really liked the IP, it was so much easier for Toby to convince me that like this is something you should actually play.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question. This is a good topic, I think, for this. Like, you talked about how it was difficult to pick up other games, right? And Sabrina's said that in the past too. But is Lorcana that much easier, or was it because it was Disney you were more willing to fight through it?
I think
I actually have a yeah, go ahead, Kai. Sorry.
Yeah, I think because it was Disney, I was willing to fight through it, and even to this day, like that win a case event we went to this weekend, I went 0-3 drop. I did horrible. But
I laugh because I've been
right. And I was discouraged. I was upset. But I want to get better. I want to continue to play. So because it's Disney, it does kind of push me to keep going. But again, like I said, it's something that Dan and I can do together, and not only Dan and I, the rest of the team. Like the rest of the team are my friends. So I have more friends that I can play Lorcana with. So But yeah, because it's Disney, it does kind of give me that extra push.
You go.
I think being in it from the beginning is also different.
Yeah.
Like, I know for me, when you try to get into the game that shall not be named, that game's been around since before I was born. I for sure was not in that game its entire lifetime. But being there from set one, I think really lets you see how the game evolves. It lets you see the play patterns differently. And I don't feel as overwhelmed by the fact that there's however many thousands of cards because I've been around for all of them.
Right.
There's not some, I mean, yeah, I might not know what every single one of them does, but there's not some card from 20 years ago that's going to resurface and like completely beat every deck that exists right now.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. This weekend I was playing with Steven, helping him prep for CCS, and we were at our local game store. It was just the two of us playing Lorcana, but next to us were folks playing the other game. And I overheard one of the guys talking, and they were playing Commander. So, you're playing Commander. Somebody's got something that he's worked out in his head that is just the best thing to hit the game ever, right? And he went through this long 3-minute to 4 or 5 minute explanation of how doing a couple certain things. You've heard this conversation 1,000 times if you've been around Magic players, right? How they've got the perfect combination that's going to just utterly ruin you ever wanting to play Magic. And you know what? When I listened to him, I was glad I never was not playing the game anymore. It was just he accomplished his goal. He was going to discourage everybody from being his opponent, and I was on that list, even though I was sitting there playing Lorcana. So yeah, and I've played that game since the beginning. I was there when it was first released. I've said
I'm sorry for showing your age a little bit.
That's okay. I show my age. Every time I get on this screen. And so. Now I can say this about that game. I hammer it and I talk crap about it, but I sold my first collection for the down payment on my house, so it paid me back. So, yeah,
I mean, for as much as we talk badly about that game, I will say, as many friends as Lorcana has brought me, that game has brought Toby so many friends over his life that are now my friends that like I wouldn't trade away that game, even though we do talk smack on it sometimes. Like, you have to be able to see the value in it. Just like if Lorcana goes away tomorrow, like, we all have friendships that are gonna outlive this game. At least I hope they outlive this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Sabrina, we owe our friendship to it, right? So, and I met Dan through it, met Kylie through it. I mean, I've met a lot of folks through the game. I even have some friends here that I have met through the game. I think there's one person in my circle that I was friends with outside of Lorcana, in my circle of folks that I hang out here, So, I will give it that. And
it's crazy when you think about it, how many friends, how many people in your circle are because of the game.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And I can't say this about the other game. Like the other game, I had people I played with, but they weren't my friends, and they were just people I knew. And I saw them every time I showed up. But here I got folks. We're traveling together. We're hanging out outside of the game together, and that's, to me, is another mark of why this community is special. Is that I can get that from it. And I'm not saying you can't get that from the other. I just didn't. So sure. But yeah. So with that said, now you guys do a lot of videos of you opening cards. At what point do you get tired of opening packs? Do you have a number yet? Like, what's your threshold? Is it 50? Is it 5? Is it when you open up an iconic? At what point do you get tired of opening them?
Never.
Never?
No.
My daughter is just like that.
Speaking of roles on the team, one of my roles is opening the packs, like those big mountains pictures that Dan posts every set. My mom and I open pretty much all of them. We tell Dan he's not allowed to help because he's too slow at opening the packs.
I love that.
And we organize them. My mom and I open packs after packs after packs, and we organize them all. But that is something that I like to do. Because I like to say I have undiagnosed OCD.
If you're an organizer of cards, then yes, I would agree with that.
I'm an organizer of everything, but being able to organize the cards, I shut my brain off, and it's like I'm a robot, and I just do it.
It's like therapeutic.
Yes.
Yeah, I know this feeling. I'm the same way. I collect just so I can organize.
Yeah, every set, when we start opening cards, we watch Disney movies or listen to Disney music. I made a playlist. It's called Lorcana Jams.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's all the songs that are in the game in a playlist.
That's so cool.
Dude, you gotta make this playlist available somewhere. Hey, where's it at?
I will. Well, it's on my YouTube Music.
Okay.
I'll make it public. I'll have Dan post it on
that's a good one
because thousands of social medias that he has.
Yes, for sure.
And it's also like time I spend with my mom. My mom's my best friend, so
that's cool.
We chit chat, we watch Disney movies, we listen to Disney music, and we open cards. And it's funny because my mom has no idea what any of them do. She just likes to look at the pictures. And her favorite card this set is actually Nibs.
Oh,
she
man.
loves the Nibs' picture. I don't know why, but she thinks Nibs is adorable.
That's so funny.
When was it? Oh my god, I'm getting all my things messed up. I can't think of which set it was, but the Troubadour?
Yes, yeah.
My mom loves that card. Don't know why.
Huh.
She just loves the little turtle
that
man.
That card definitely has a specific aesthetic.
I don't know. I told Dan I want to get her an alternate art of the Troubadour.
Oh, that's cool.
As a present. Because I have two alternate arts. I have Ariel, Spectacular Singer, and I have Winnie, Honey Wizard as alternate arts. And I was like, oh, that would just be so cool to get my mom like a Lorcana card. She won't know what it does, but hey, she likes to look at the picture.
It's pretty, Kylie. It's not important what it does.
She does, and she likes to pull the enchantments. Nana is the luckiest person in the whole world, especially this set, because she opened.
Oh, you still there, Kylie? I think we lost your sound. Uh-oh. Sabrina, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah. We'll let Kylie get her headphones working again. No, your mic's not working. So that's okay. That happens. Sabrina knows all about that stuff. So
yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah. So so for you, Sabrina, while Kylie gets that fixed real quick. So she back? Nope. No sound still. Dan what did he do, right? He just set her up for failure, right? Way to go.
He ran in to save her.
Way to go, buddy.
What?
Oh, we can hear.
Yeah, there we go.
Dan saved the day!
There you go.
Yay! You're doing great, sweetie.
No, hey,
you're doing
don't
great,
let
sweetie.
him think he saved the day, right? There's an episode of Star Trek where Scotty says, when Geordi on the Next Generation tells the captain it's going to take him 2 hours to fix something, and Scotty, who's from the previous show, says, really, how long is it going to take you? And he says, well, 2 hours. He goes, you can't tell him that. You got to tell him it's going to take you 7 hours. Otherwise, they're never going to know you're a miracle worker, right? So he set you up so he could come in and rescue you. There we go.
Yeah, so. I think so. That sounds like something Dan would do. Dan likes to be Prince Valiant.
That's right. So, no, so you guys, you're ripping over. I need tips, right? I know how to open Lorcana packs, right? But what's the easiest way? Because my daughter, she got me good on this last box. We do the same thing that you talk about. We'll put on a movie. I'll get a case, and we'll sit there, and I'll let her open them, right? I use it, but I have to start them for her. But then she got scissors one time. She got, I'm going to try scissors. and she clipped an enchanted, a foil legendary. And I was like, oh no, exactly like that. I'm not going to get all over about it, but it's just like, I'm like, I got to figure out a better way. And like, for me, I have to get them started for her. So I need tips for the easiest way to rip them jokers, because I got to get her little hands in it.
Our daughter Lily, she wants nothing to do with Lorcana, but only to open the packs because she wants to pull the enchanted.
Oh, nice. Oh, she's already hooked. She's already hooked.
Yeah, I support this.
She says she doesn't like the game, but she's in.
I don't have a pack, but so on the back of the pack, like where it's like the little flap, there it's like sealed together like this. So you have to take either side and pull it.
Uh-huh.
That's the best way to open them.
See, I have to open them a very specific way because I have long nails. So I hold the pack flat in my hand like this, and then like yank that triangle thing on the back until it gaps a little bit, and then I pull it apart.
Yeah.
Oh, so Lord, I didn't know.
You can't see behind the scenes, but I have a little helper behind the scenes who's going to give me a pack, and I'll show you how I open the pack.
All right, cool. Demonstration.
I'm not going to name who the helper is because this is Kylie show.
Yeah, that's right.
Not the helper show.
Not the helper show. The saboteur.
Yeah, the saboteur. Okay. Thank you, helper. Love you. Okay, so here's the pack.
All right.
So back here.
If you pull an enchanted out of this pack, this is gonna be great.
Like, right?
I swear to God, I will literally fall out of this chair.
All right.
So here's the pack. So you pull it up like this, and you take it. And now sometimes it doesn't fully open, but you do get a little rip. So then you just pull from there.
Hold on.
Oh.
I need to just show us one more time. I got to extend your screen here so folks can see your hands in it. Hold on. Yep. All right, go ahead.
Out.
Yeah, okay. Crop Sabrina out.
Bye.
We're doing rain. So here's rain.
There you go.
So you flip it over to the back and you pull this part up.
Okay.
And then it's like glued together. So here's the one side and here's the other side.
Okay.
You take it, watch the cards like fly everywhere, and pull it.
Oh, sweet. I've never done that.
And it opens.
That's cool. I've learned something today.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah,
we're just gonna way easier for a kid.
Oh.
No, you didn't get any excitement out of it, right?
No, hold on. We got the other one I opened.
No, we don't talk about that one.
No, we don't talk about that one. Or sometimes you can do. I have a third pack. He gave me 3. So you do the same thing.
He's looking for an enchanted.
But you take your nail and put it in the top and rip down.
You see that, Sabrina? That was so easy.
Yeah.
I need to practice this.
I don't think I could grab that little tab with my nails.
Well, that is the thing.
That's why I have to open them in a very specific way and look like a lunatic. It's fine.
A little stitch.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you it doesn't really, with nails it's really hard. But the calluses that I have on my fingers from opening packs, and the calluses my mom has on her fingers from opening packs, like it's probably
that's crazy.
Almost like a professional guitarist. The calluses that we have on our hands for the amount of packs that we've opened.
Have you gotten any paper cuts out of the wrappers yet?
No. And I hope to never, knock on wood. Don't wish that out. Put that out in the universe, Kelsey.
Sense. Why would you put that on her?
That's like, have you ever gotten a paper cut from like a manila envelope?
Yeah. Yes.
Those are the worst kind of paper cuts. I imagine it to be like that.
Well, I say that because
I don't want to know.
There was a time when Magic packs were like that, when they first came out. They, the corners of them in alpha on the packs they were not very finger friendly. Let me just put it like that. So,
it's not every pack. Like there's packs where like I literally take it and go like this. And rip it.
Don't do that.
Because my fingers hurt so bad. And then my lips start to get chapped from doing it so much, so then I have to switch back to my fingers.
Good gracious.
My mom and I have a whole system.
So you guys, like, somebody needs to invent a pack opener, right? Like some type of machine where you can like just...
Yeah, but then I'd be out of a job.
Not really. You sell that pack opener.
That's true.
Then she has to design it.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, Kylie, you need to design it, right? There
All
you
right.
go. Sell that gold Mickey and
gotta work
fund
on
it.
This. TFM Nana and I are gonna patent a pack opener to save your fingies.
To be like the shape of your hands, right?
Yeah.
When are we getting TFM Kylie merch?
Ooh.
Dan, I know you're watching and I'm looking right into the camera. Let's go.
We need TFM Kylie merch. I'll be the first to buy it.
So
I'd support the team if that came out.
Listen, I'm still trying to get
I support
new
the
merch.
Metafy, so what's that?
I'm still trying to get new merch.
Yeah.
Just like of our merch that's already out there. I want the Meta Report shirt. I really like the Meta Report shirt Dan put out. It kind of looks like the thumbnail that he uses with the different ink colors, but it's just the plain colors, and then it says Meta Report on it.
I haven't asked this in a while.
Off the top of the inventory?
What's that?
No, I'm not. I can't do
Kylie,
that because you got to order it.
Where do you guys
order
go?
like the TFM shirts? Like I have a No Worry shirt, and it's the outline of Hakuna Matata. There's the Meta Report shirt. Those we have on the website, but if we want them, we have to pay for them and order them from the website.
Which website is that?
Gotcha.
Dan, can you put it in the chat?
Put you on the spot, the promo. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, shameless plug.
Yeah, right. I was curious because I wanted to see which shirts were up there. I only see.
I was looking for it because
the
I
jerseys,
need to replace
really.
my sticker. I had to throw my cup away that had my Lizard Kitty sticker on it.
Aww.
Yeah,
there's a shirt that says "In Lizard Kitty We Trust."
That I've heard about. I've never seen it. I've seen the Dick Burns is bad for the brand shirt. Those
there is also a Dan is bad for the brand.
Okay.
That's new. I did help design one. It's Cinderella from, I'm pretty sure it's Ballroom Sensation. And she's in front of a clock and it says meet me at midnight.
Yeah, you got
I did help design that one because I'm a Swiftie. So I was like, Dan, I have a great idea. And it took him a while for him to actually do it, but he did it. So I pat myself on the back for that one.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Dan permission to use my ideal for a shirt. He needs one called Scott's Pills, right? And just
my God,
a pill bottle with something on there. Hey, I'm serious. So that's
shout out to Scott Landis.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, he's my hero. So he does all of us over 50 folks justice. So
we love Scott.
Yep.
Melissa's right. Toby does have the Lizard Kitty shirt.
I was happy for Dan when he made day 2, but I was honestly happier for Scott because it was just because Scott.
Me too, Kelsey. Me too.
Scott was like I vicariously play through Scott, believe it or not. So that's just because I don't get to play and I choose not to do so. I've talked about it before, but age is one of the reasons I have cognitive glitches, and I'm to say that in all seriousness. And Scott just gives me hope that one day I can pull it off again. So That's it.
I think Kelsey needs a shirt that says Scott Landis' biggest fan.
You know what? I always said when I had a show, if I ever did a podcast, that Scott would probably be my first guest. Now, it didn't work out that way, but he has been on here. So,
Yes.
It's just because he was the first face of Lorcana for me. I've said that 1,000 times. He and Dan, they were the first, and I recognized Scott because I had known him from Magic days. I knew of him. We didn't know each other. I just recognized him. So, but anyways, all right. So we're getting close to the end. So Kylie, you get to play our game tonight, right? So this is it.
Oh man, I'm very nervous.
You stalled, and I got one especially for you tonight. This one had Kylie Arnold written all over it. So I'm going to pull it up. Now you got to see it on the stream. So I'm going to give you a chance for it to come up. Okay. So let me get everything up. Hold on. I need to get the right screen here. Which one do I want? Trio browser, not that one. I'll get it. Give me a second. There it is. All right. Here we go. All right, Kylie. All right. So this is Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Prince. Are you still there, Kylie?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So for everybody who's watching at home, he is a Ruby 3-cost inkable card, 2 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 1. Kylie, do you know what Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Prince does?
I have absolutely no idea. All I know is I was so excited when I opened this card that I had to call my mom.
That's it. I was going to offer you a chance to call your mom for help if you want it. So.
Oh, Nana definitely doesn't know what it does.
All righty. Okay. Well, I had to put this one up there because one of my favorite videos is your reaction when you open this. That's one of my favorite Lorcana videos, period.
Wait, I actually know what this one does. I'm shocked.
Okay.
What does it do?
Okay, here we go.
He has evasive, and if there's a card under him, he gets +3 attack, +3 willpower, and +3 lore.
There you go.
Something like that.
There you go. Yep.
I missed the shift cost, as Dan pointed out. But
yeah, Brave Little Prince becomes Brave Little Taylor when you shift him. So, yep.
You know what, Kylie? I'm going to consider this a win for you because it was a win for me, and we're in this together.
There you go. That's right.
So
I love that for you. I love that for you.
Yeah. So, you know what? It's the one card I like. I have 2 cards. I say one card. There's 2 cards that I need to get before I feel my collection is complete. This is one of them because I love this art. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I got to get this card. I'm saving my Benjamins for it. I'll get it one day. It's expensive.
It's gorgeous in person, and I will tell you, the look on Dan's face because he thought that I was going to bend the card that's how it did look in the video, but I was protecting it. I was like, oh my God. But like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I opened this. But like, be very careful.
It should have, it would have been great.
I did. You didn't see it in the video, but I did call my mom and I FaceTimed my mom and we both were excited together after I opened it.
That's awesome.
I love that it's a family affair.
It is. My younger brother has opened, he actually opened an Iconic Hades this past set.
Nice.
So it is. I always say we eat, sleep, and breathe Lorcana in this house.
I believe it. I mean, it's that was I still have questions I want to ask and stuff, but I'm kind of up against my wall, because my daughter, I put her to bed at this time, so but I have more questions, so we have to get you back on to ask about that, because to me, we talked a little bit on this about Lorcana and behind the scenes, but you guys truly as a family kind of have kind of rallied around the game in a way, or the game's rallied around you, however you want to say it. And those are things that me being a dad, I'm interested in hearing about and things like that. So I like to, if you would come back on and another episode and we talk about that, because that's something that a lot of people, I've talked with Liam about that quite a bit. And Sailor, I don't know if you guys know Sailor. I've talked to him about it. And these are things that we all kind of agree on, that like what this game really like has that kind of sets it above all others is the way that families can kind of just gravitate to it as a whole, and just kind of it's kind of like I said, a rallying point where they all just, you and Dan, you finally found the game you wanted, and so I think it's pretty cool. So
yeah.
Anyways, so Sabrina, do you have any parting thoughts?
No. I'll see everybody in Orlando, anybody that's going. There's my parting thought.
Yep.
I'm so tired. Kelsey says he's up against his ball, and I'm like, I'm ready for bed.
I know it's Sabrina's bedtime, right? I know that, right? I got to cut off at 8 so she can go to bed because I'm on Central Time. So, but anyways, Kylie, any parting thoughts?
My whole life is in Central Time except me. Like my job is in Central Time. This podcast is in Central Time. Everything's in Central Time except me physically.
Just need to move. You need to move.
No.
Kylie, you have any parting shots before we go?
Thanks for having me on. Anytime you want me to come back, I would love to come back. And I just want to shout out again to my husband. I love you. And my kids. I think they're in bed right now, but Lily and Oliver and my mom, who's watching, and Melissa. Love you.
Hey. Yeah, and to everybody that was in chat, thank you. I appreciate you guys joining in. Sometimes I don't look over at chat. I forget that it's there because I'm engaged in the conversation, so I'm sorry about that. But if you haven't done so already, please follow us. We'll have the video up on YouTube in the next couple of days, for anybody that wants to go there and subscribe and, save the video and keep staring at it. So, yeah. So thank you, Kylie, for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. And Sabrina, I'll probably see you in Orlando. We'll try and hook up down there and say hi.
Yeah, let me know.
So, all right. For everybody else, we will see you all next week. And if you're going to Pro Play Summit in Orlando this week, good luck unless you're playing Sabrina. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.